Gold. Gold is the most recognizable precious metal in the world. Its price is usually quoted per troy ounce, which is about 31.1 grams. In early July 2026, gold is trading around $4,000 per troy ounce, moving slightly from day to day. It is valuable not only because it shines, but because it has a rare combination of properties. Gold does not rust, it melts easily, it conducts electricity well, and it can be stretched into extremely thin wire. But pure gold is much softer than many people imagine. Jewelry made from 24-karat gold would scratch and bend too easily, which is why jewelers usually use gold alloys. Interestingly, tiny amounts of gold exist in seawater, electronics, and even the human body, but extracting it from those sources is almost pointless. Throughout history, gold has been money, treasure, war loot, and a national reserve. That is why its price depends not only on jewelry demand, but also on crises, inflation, and people's trust in the global economy. Silver. Silver is often called the cheaper version of gold, but it actually plays a very different role. In early July 2026, silver is trading around $60 per troy ounce. It is much more affordable than gold, but in industry, it can be even more important. Silver conducts electricity and heat better than any other metal, which is why it is used in solar panels, microchips, electrical contacts, mirrors, medical tools, and older photographic materials. Because of this, silver lives in two worlds at once. It is still a precious metal, but it also works as an industrial material. If demand grows for electronics or green energy, silver can rise in value not only because of investors, but because factories need it. Silver also has a weakness. It tarnishes in the air when it reacts with sulfur compounds. But this is not destruction. It is only a surface layer that can be cleaned. Historically, silver was closer to everyday life than gold. People used it for coins, tableware, charms, and religious objects. Platinum. Platinum looks calm and simple, a heavy silver-white metal without a bright color. But behind that quiet appearance is extremely valuable chemistry. In early July 2026, platinum is trading around $1,600 per troy ounce. It is dense, strong, and highly resistant to corrosion, which is why platinum jewelry can keep its noble look for decades. But the main power of platinum is not in jewelry stores. It is in industry. Platinum is one of the most important catalytic metals in the world. It helps chemical reactions happen faster while barely being used up itself. It is used in vehicle catalytic converters, petroleum refining, laboratory equipment, medicine, and hydrogen technologies. Interestingly, platinum can sometimes be cheaper than gold, even though many people think of it as rarer and more elite. That shows an important point. The price of a metal depends not only on rarity, but also on demand, mining supply, car production, and the economy. Platinum is valuable because it is not just beautiful. It is useful where precise and reliable chemical work is needed. Palladium. Palladium is a platinum group metal that stayed relatively unknown for a long time until it became important to the automotive industry. In early July 2026, palladium is trading roughly around $1,200 to $1,250 per troy ounce. It is lighter than platinum, has a silvery shine, and works extremely well as a catalyst. Its main use is connected to gasoline-powered cars. In catalytic converters, palladium helps turn harmful exhaust gases into less harmful substances. Because of this, its price depends heavily on how many cars are produced around the world and how strict environmental rules become. If emissions rules get tighter, demand for palladium can rise. But this metal also has a risk. Electric vehicles do not need normal exhaust systems, which means part of its future demand could disappear. Outside of cars, palladium is used in electronics, dentistry, watches, and jewelry alloys. It can also help make white gold look lighter in color. Palladium is a good example of a metal whose value is shaped less by beauty and more by technology and regulation. Rhodium. Rhodium is one of the rarest and most expensive precious metals, but most people would not recognize it by sight. In early July 2026, rhodium is quoted around $7,900 per troy ounce. It belongs to the platinum group and has a bright silvery shine with very high reflectivity. In jewelry, rhodium is usually not used as a solid metal. Instead, it is used as a thin coating over white gold. That rhodium coating gives jewelry a colder, brighter, almost mirror-like shine, but its main role is not on rings. rings. It is inside vehicle catalytic converters. Rhodium is especially good at reducing nitrogen oxides and exhaust gases, turning them into less harmful substances. It is mined in very small quantities, often as a byproduct of platinum and nickel mining, so the rhodium market can react sharply to small changes. Unlike gold, it is rarely bought as coins or bars. Rhodium is more like an invisible, expensive component, hidden inside a car or in a thin layer on jewelry. Iridium. Iridium is one of the most durable metals on Earth. In early July 2026, iridium is quoted around $7,275 per troy ounce. It is extremely dense, hard, and resistant to corrosion, even in places where other metals would quickly break down. That is why iridium is used where a material cannot fail. In spark plugs, electronics, crucibles for growing crystals, aerospace parts, and specialized industrial equipment. Its name comes from Iris, the goddess of the rainbow, because some iridium compounds create bright colors. Iridium also has a cosmic story. Higher levels of this metal in certain geological layers helped scientists support the idea of an asteroid impact connected to the extinction of the dinosaurs. Meteorites can contain more iridium than Earth's crust. Unlike gold, iridium is not valuable because it is easy to recognize or beautiful in a display case. It is valuable because it survives. It can handle heat, pressure, chemical attack, and conditions where failure is too expensive. Ruthenium. Ruthenium is a less famous member of the platinum group, but it matters in modern technology. In early July 2026, ruthenium is quoted around $1,525 per troy ounce. By itself, it is brittle and silver gray, so people rarely think of it as a classic jewelry metal. But in small amounts, ruthenium can greatly improve other materials. It is added to platinum and palladium alloys to make them harder and more resistant to wear. That makes it useful in electrical contacts, precision parts, and materials that need to last a long time without damage. Ruthenium is also used in resistors, chemical catalysts, and some data storage technologies. In chemistry, it helps reactions happen that would otherwise be too slow or inefficient. Its name comes from Ruthenia, a historical Latin name connected with Eastern Europe. Ruthenium does not have the fame of gold or the dramatic price reputation of rhodium, but rare and quiet metals like this often make modern devices more reliable. Osmium. Osmium is the most unusual metal in this list, partly because its price is hard to describe with one simple number. Unlike gold or silver, osmium does not have a normal global exchange price that everyone checks every day. In early July 2026, crystalline osmium is valued at roughly 2,200 euros per gram, or around $2,500 per gram, depending on the exchange rate. The word crystalline matters because raw osmium and processed crystalline osmium belong to different markets. Osmium is often described as the densest stable element. It has a bluish-gray color, feels incredibly heavy for its size, and is still quite brittle. It is not used as widely as gold, silver, or platinum because it is rare, difficult, and highly specialized. Some osmium compounds are toxic, so it must be handled carefully. Historically, osmium was discovered together with iridium in the residue of platinum ore that refused to dissolve in acids. That fits its character well. From the beginning, osmium seemed like a metal not made for simple tasks, but for rare and extreme cases.